Hey guys, it's been a while, but I just wanted to make sure that all the code would be a little bit more clear, so I fixed the setup a little bit. But returning from where we left off, I added this line of code. I added this right here and this. So what this is going to do is pretty much show exactly where we are in the map grid. So I'm going to run this, and you'll be able to see what this code does. So you can just pause it, make sure you add this and all of this. And what it does is it shows where we are in the map grid with that green box. So as you can see, our old position is still being set to true. It's never set to false. And in the last one, I told you to try and see if you could figure that out. So what we're going to do today is figure that out. So if we go back into our player or our collidable, one of the first episodes I asked you to add this old position. And first we're just going to initialize it, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that's going to do. So the old position is going to pretty much check exactly where the old position is, which is a bit weird. But if we look about when the player.update is called, what that's doing is it's calling super.update. So if we control click there, it'll set the sprite's position and then set the grid position. Okay? And then it comes back to here and changes the position X and position Y. So we're gonna update the old position above where we call everything. So we'll do old position.x equals cast it to an int position.x, or actually we could just do grid position.x and finish the cast. And then we'll do that again. Old position.y equals cast it to an int grid position.y. Whoa. And so now the old position is going to be set to the grid position, then it's going to update and move the grid position, and then it's going to move, we're just going to move again. So it's going to be able to tell when the old position is new, essentially. We could even put super.update at the bottom. Maybe we'll see which one works better. But for now, that's all we need right here. But we need a way to call it. And MapGrid has an array list. If we go back, MapGrid has an array list of collidables. So we got to put something in a collidable unless we cast it. So in here, we're going to do a Boolean. Yeah, public Boolean. We'll call it check if is old. And my recording kind of freaked out there, so I hope this all stays pretty neat. So what we'll do is if grid position.x does not equal old position.x, or not and, because if you move horizontally you still want it to update, or grid position.y does not equal old position.y, then we return, I can never spell return, oh god, return true, else return false. So if we run this, we're going to get the same thing, hopefully no errors. Yeah, we'll get the same thing, but in our map grid, when we're updating through here, we'll do if entities.get I check if is old. So if it is old, then I'm just going to do this, copy this, get, oh, silly me. Let's go back in here in the collidable and return the old position, public vector to get old grid position. And we just return, oh my god, return old position. And if you're ever wondering, this is just a little trick tip. If you want just a variable or just something, do control space in Eclipse, type old, and there it is. Or you could just type, oh, let me get out of here. You could just type old and do that. Control space if you're in Eclipse or whatever affects it. So let's go back into the map grid and we'll get the, so what's happening so far is we're checking if it moved. Check if is old. Has it moved? We should change that. Check if has moved. Yeah, we'll do that. And then if it has moved, we'll get the old spot and set it to false. And then if we run this, we'll see that the old position is no longer being tracked, no matter what type of weird movement we decide to do. But you might be wondering, I mean, why wouldn't you wonder? If you're coming at a wall, it's not going to tell you to stop. I mean, we technically could use this and just check all around, but it's not going to tell you to stop until you're over here, inside the wall. So, in our player, we gave it an X and a Y and a file path. And all our entities so far are a box, essentially. So, what we're going to do is we're not only going to set this to true, since it's the bottom left, we could do it like this, +1. So go 1 to the right, go 1 above the one from the bottom left, and go 1 to the right, and go 1 above. And if it has moved, we'll do the same thing here, which I'm not going to make you watch type. So here it is, 1 to the right, 1 to the top right, and 1 to the top left. And there we have it. So now when we're right here, it'll be like, whoa, whoa, stop, stop. There's something there. And we're going to make this a little cleaner instead of doing it like this. So for every collidable, we're going to, well, we'll save that for the next one. This might be dragging on a little bit. So in the next one, we're going to make it a little bit cleaner, and then we're going to start getting into collision. And I'll see you guys in the next one.